Hello, my name is Emily Eleanora Granfer, and today I'll be speaking from the perspective of Hermione Granger, a character from the Harry Potter series. As a fan and a defender of the values promoted in those books, I feel compelled to address a recent controversy involving the author of the series, J.K. Rowling, and her stance on transgender rights. First and foremost, let me be clear that it is not acceptable to be transphobic or to deny the existence and rights of transgender people. This is not a matter of opinion or personal belief, but a matter of basic human dignity and respect. Transgender people are not a threat to anyone, nor are they a burden or a deviation from the norm. They are simply human beings who deserve to be treated with the same rights and opportunities as everyone else. If you deny trans rights, you are not only perpetuating discrimination and injustice, but you are also creating unnecessary problems and conflicts. For example, if you force trans men who look like men to use the women's bathroom or vice versa, you are not only putting them in danger, but also creating discomfort and confusion for everyone involved. This is not a solution, but a problem that needs to be addressed with openness, empathy, and education. Speaking of education, let me draw a parallel between trans rights and another issue that was addressed in the Harry Potter series, house elf rights. As you may remember, Hermione was a strong advocate for the rights of house elves, who were treated as slaves and second-class citizens in the wizarding world. She understood that just because something had been accepted as the norm for a long time, it didn't mean it was right or fair. Similarly, we need to recognize that just because some people are uncomfortable with the idea of transgender people, it doesn't mean that trans rights should be ignored or denied. We need to educate ourselves and others about the reality of transgender experience, to challenge our assumptions and biases, and to create a more inclusive and respectful society. For example, in schools, we can promote gender-neutral bathrooms, educate students about gender diversity and inclusivity, and provide resources and support for transgender students and their families. We can also encourage diversity in literature and media, to create positive representation and role models for transgender people, and to challenge stereotypes and prejudices. In conclusion, as Hermione Granger would say, it is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Let us choose to be allies and advocates for trans rights, to stand up against discrimination and ignorance, and to create a better world for everyone. Here are some possible quotes from Hermione Granger that could be interpreted as supportive of transgender people and their rights. Fear of a name increases fear of the thing itself. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This quote could be seen as a call to confront and name discrimination and prejudice, including transphobia. Just because you have the emotional range of a teaspoon doesn't mean we all have. Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. This quote could be interpreted as a rebuke against narrow-mindedness and lack of empathy, which can often underpin transphobia. We could all have been killed, or worse, expelled. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This quote, delivered in a moment of crisis, could be seen as a reminder that discrimination and exclusion can have serious consequences, including harm to people's lives and well-being. It's high time your grandmother learned to be proud of the grandson she's got, rather than the one she thinks she ought to have. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This quote, spoken by Hermione to Neville Longbottom, could be seen as a call to accept and celebrate people for who they are, rather than expecting them to conform to narrow gender norms. Books and cleverness. There are more important things, friendship and bravery. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This quote, spoken by Hermione to Ron Weasley, could be interpreted as a reminder that what really matters in life is not superficial appearances or gender identities, but the quality of our relationships and the depth of our character.